What makes the best induction cookware and who makes it? Hi, I'm Jed. This is Cook Culture. I'm fairly convinced that Demeyere is the market leader in induction, and this is specifically talking about their Atlantis and Proline series. This is their top-end series. It is a tremendously made set of cookware. The Atlantis is different from the Proline. I'm not going to get into that specifically here. I've done that in other videos. So I wanted to know why it is so incredibly good. I had a really interesting conversation with their leader of their induction division and questioned him on, why is this so good? How did Demeyere become, in my opinion, the industry leader in making induction cookware? And so that this is the conversation with Stefan Peters from Demeyere. He was in Antwerp, Belgium. I'm of course in Vancouver, and we got into it of why is Demeyere the industry leader when it comes to induction capable cookware. I hope you enjoy.
All right, Stefan, thanks so much for meeting me today. I really appreciate your time.
Hello, Jed.
So generally, you're Demeyere's induction specialist, yeah?
Yes. It's a little history. It started, more than 50 years ago, or 50 years ago in the 70s, when Maurice Demeyere is still, we are part of the Zwilling Group, but we are still like a family-run business, because Christophe Demeyere is still our CEO, and his father, Maurice, which I also known at the company. When he came at Demeyere in the 70s, he said, he's an engineer, he said, we should look into the fact that induction is going to be the future in cooking.
Yeah, and this was in the 70s, right? This was 40-something years ago.
Yeah, and everybody said, Maurice, you're a dreamer. Yes, but you will see. He saw systems then in Switzerland, the first commercial systems launched by the Dietrich and then he was convinced we should look into the induction technology and incorporate it in our cookware. And since, let's say, beginning of the 90s, 93, all our products are ready for use on induction.
Okay.
And what did Maurice specifically looked at was how can we assure that a pan, whether it's a cooking pan or a frying pan or a saucepan or a grill pan or whatever, is taking up the maximum of the energy which is generated by the induction system, because there lies a big problem with a lot of cookware. It says induction compatible, but you have a magnetic base, which is okay, but it doesn't say how much energy it really absorbs from the induction. And that is sometimes frustrating, because you're buying a nice pan, you think you have a good induction system, you put a pan on and you see your steak just simmering and your sauce slightly boiling, and you don't know what's happening. And that is because you don't have the right pan with maximum energy intake of the induction. And that is where really Demeyere is making the difference. And the big leap for us was the development and the launch of triple induct, where we are absolutely.
Sorry, that's a triple induct, yeah? I'm talking to the three outer layers of the pan, yeah?
Yeah, triple induct, which is like you say, it's an alloy of three materials. We say it's 3 layers, but it's 3 materials combined, which makes the pan, let's say, super magnetic.
Okay, and this is specific to the Atlantis and the Proline?
Yes, this is specific to all the products made in Belgium. So the triple induct is really had been really a game changer still today, because it's assuring up to 30% more energy uptake, and very important, specifically for bigger cooking pots and frying pans, it stabilizes the base. The contact on the induction should be always, you should always have a very good contact, so a very flat base. And triple induct is also assuring this, even on high temperatures, even on very intensive use. And that is why we also make the difference in the professional market, because at home you use your frying pan once a day, maybe twice, but in a restaurant they use it 20 times, 30, maybe 50 times in an evening, in one service, and that twice a day. So maybe up to 100 times of use in a day, and the pans, they stay nice and stable with a very stable flat base.
So, my opinion, and something why I wanted to talk to you, was that, I've used a ton of different cookware on the market. I've been in the business for 30 years, and I've gone through many, many different brands. I've been, in the business since, Triclad was the gold standard, and that then became 5-ply, and then Demeyere came into North America, and that's Demeyere Atlantis, of course, and Proline. And then of course some of the other brands tried to also create 7-ply cookwares. But would you say from the story that you're saying with Maurice Demeyere and focusing 40 plus years ago on being induction capable, is that what made Demeyere the best induction cookware in the world?
Yes, I think we can claim that, because another proof is that Demeyere pans are used by nearly all manufacturers of induction systems for testings and standardization of their systems.
We've got Atlantis, John Paulson, Proline, those brands that work so incredibly well in induction, that are widely available in North America. But the industry that is also, their 5-ply product that is widely available and is really a main competitor to any other 5-ply cookware on the market. How does that compare as an induction capable cookware?
Well, industry was originally made for cooking on every type of hob, but more specifically for gas and, let's say, classical electric hobs. But it works perfect on induction. It doesn't have the triple induct, but what we did, like we always do, we looked for the outside layer of the body. We looked for the best magnetic stainless steel on the market to make those pans, to ensure that industry, or now we have Intense 5 and a new range for the US market with 5-ply material, it still is better than the average 5-ply or multi-ply material on the market.
But when you get down to it technically, if you had a friend or family member is like, Stefan, I want to buy the best induction cookware available, it'd be hands down Atlantis Proline over industry for specifically for induction. Yes.
Then you have to go to Atlantis.
Right.
No doubt about it.
Right. Okay. Good. Yeah. It's nice for people to know that, in industry is excellent and great and it will work well. But if you're really looking to up your game for induction specific, then that's what Atlantis is all about. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there we have the triple induct. So we have the best contact. We have the best energy absorption in our pan. We have the best guarantee of long life, stable, flat base of the pans and the pots.
Yeah. And the other thing, for anybody who's watching that doesn't know, when you look at Atlantis pot, it has a 2 millimeter thick disc of copper sandwiched by silver. It's just insane how you guys make that. It's mind blowing. Yeah. Right. So good on you for doing that. So I really appreciate your time today.
Okay. You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Stefan.
Okay, budget.
Right.
Okay, so that was informative. I really love talking to Stefan. We had talked, of course, a lot beforehand. I've talked to him in a lot of detail. He is very passionate about induction cookware. There is something really pleasing and rewarding about working in the induction space. It does reduce our dependence on carbon-based fuel. It does still use natural resources, of course. Wind and solar is fantastic for being able to make energy for induction, but it's not the way that we do it all over the world. There's still a lot of upgrading and change that needs to happen in that space, but it is the way of the future. It is a more effective way of using energy, and you can get tremendous results. So using something like the Demeyere Atlantis, and also the industry, as he was saying, industry is also engineered with induction in mind. It's not induction focused like the Atlantis and the Proline, but it is still a very good cookware, and they feel better in its market share for what it's competing of a 5-ply cookware industry. They feel is a leading cookware. But if you are looking specifically for the best induction cookware in the world, it is Atlantis and Proline from Demeyere. And I have yet to be shown a cookware that is going to show me that is any different. I'm happy to look at any other cookware and test any of the cookware against Atlantis and Proline, but so far, from my understanding, from where I get to go and see all different cookware from all around the world, there isn't. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you clarity on when you're trying to choose the best cookware for the rest of your life for the induction that you've now gone to. I hope this helps. So any questions, please throw them below. Thanks.